What is going on, guys? My name's Tefty. Welcome to another episode of Destiny, specifically talking about the reveal stream that was today. I finally woke up, I watched it, and I wanted to make a reaction video, actually, because I haven't made any specific reaction videos to any of the streams up until now. This is honestly the first time that I really feel compelled to be like, hey, let's talk about what they actually showed and what they're bringing finally, because it's coming next week, which I think is awesome. Very excited about that. Today was really cool to see because there was a couple things. One being the amazing design that they showed off with the armor. I mean, it is next level design work. It makes me extremely excited for the future of Destiny and what Destiny 2 is going to bring, because the level of design is just, it's incredible. Like, I was honestly shocked a little bit. I was like, oh my god, this is exactly the type of armor that I want to be earning for raid experiences. It just has so much detail, so much design, so much sauce, you know? It's got flavor. Like, oh, so good. I think my personal favorite was Crota's gear, because like the spikes and all that come out. All of them looked really cool, but man, the Crota gear, like on all three Hunter, Warlock, Titan, man, it was great looking. Very excited about that. Very excited to earn it as well. I think all that raid gear drops for you, regardless if it's a weekly ritual, and then the ornaments is what is going to drop during the weekly ritual, along with the elemental primary exotic adepts, which was a bit of a shock. I noticed on Twitter, some people were saying, wow, I can't believe they made elemental primaries exotic as a bad thing, as a, that sucks. My initial thought is, well, there's got to be a compromise somewhere, because elemental primaries, specifically for strikes with burns, become extremely dominant, and basically make it seem like, why would you use anything else? So the compromise exists then, where if they give you those elemental primaries, but make it exotic, then there's a compromise. It's like, okay, so you can't have Galahorn equipped during a Solar Nightfall if you're going to use Vex Mythoclast, or if you're going to use, you know, a Vision of Cornflakes, you know? So that stuff is interesting that they're going that route. And I personally think it's a good decision. I think they could have just straight up not given us elemental primaries to begin with, and just give us the legendary versions, because that's what they're doing. They're giving us legendary drops in the regular raid, and then which are not going to have any elements associated with them. So you can get a Fate Bringer. I was going to say Fat Finger. You can get a Fate Bringer with a legendary version. No burn on them, which is actually pretty great, because that means you could still use it in PvP if you wanted. Like, Vision of Confluence is actually really good for PvP if you enjoy scout rifles. So you can still use that. And also, it's very exciting to know that King's Fall and Wrath of Machine are also getting elemental primary exotic versions as well, added to the loot pool. This is wonderful. This is exactly what this game needed for a farewell patch, a send-off, as you say, or as people say, or as I've been saying also. It's a send-off because it adds so much stuff to go and collect throughout the next, like, 6 months, essentially. So every week, there's going to be a featured weekly raid, and that raid will dictate, I believe, what drops. So if it's so this next week is going to be Crota. So Crota's drops will be, you know, you can get Ward of Crota. I think I forgot what the primaries were. My bad. I can think of what kind of element was associated with them. No. I forgot the elemental, or forgot Crota's primaries. All I know is Ward of Crota right now. Abyss Defiant. There's one. Abyss Defiant is a possible drop. Again, you have to go and do the weekly ritual raid to get ornaments and the potential of that exotic primary, whatever it is. And also, I wonder if it's a guaranteed drop every week. I don't think any information like that is out yet. I wonder if it's going to be every time you do it, you know, if it's a fresh one for your character, are you guaranteed an elemental exotic, or is it a chance? If it is, then, you know, you got like, what is it, four elementals, or 4 primaries you have to deal with, or compete with. So that'll be interesting. And I'm assuming that Necrochasm and Vex Mythoclast are actually drops from where they usually are. from the respective bosses. I hope so. I hope that's not included a part of the adept version, because those are not adept to begin with. Oh, also, this is huge. My goodness. Necrochasm triggers the explosion on kill now, not precision kill. Anytime you get a kill with Necrochasm, it pops. That, in my mind, is a game changer for that weapon, because also assault rifles in general are going to get a boost. I mean, auto rifles, my bad. Been playing some other games. Auto rifles are going to get a boost regardless, and Necrochasm is going to be sick nasty with those explosions happening every single time you get a kill. So that's both good in PvE and in PvP. It's going to be really interesting, honestly. Oh my god, troll chest. It's amazing. I actually don't get troll chests too very often. Of course, I don't patrol in the Plague Lands very often either. So overall, Elemental Primaries coming back with the caveat of them being exotic adept versions. I personally think it's a good idea. I think it's a good direction that they're taking it, because it allows... It breaks up the build diversity when you do a strike that has a particular burn, you know? It makes you have to think, okay, well, I can't have everything, so I need to pick and choose. If you do have, let's say, a Fatebringer that's the adept, you know, you have to pick and choose what you want to use for your special and heavy if they're not going to be exotic. I think it's a good compromise, guys. I really do. I would like to know what you guys think also. So in the comment section, if you think it's a bad idea, or if you think it's a good idea, or if you kind of neutral about it, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to hear you guys' opinions on that stuff, and how that stuff has kind of come across. So overall, today's stream reveal was, in my opinion, way better than the other streams. I watched the first one, and then I didn't watch the second one because it was basically Nightfall's getting blue flames, and, you know, story missions getting a playlist and stuff like that. I was like, oh, all right, I don't really feel like I needed an entire stream reveal type of thing. So today's stream, much better, much more exciting, much more just overall excitement level to be like, ooh, rewards that I want to get back in, start raiding again, start weekly raiding. I'm going to be doing it both on PS4 and Xbox because I want all the rewards. So I'm excited about that stuff. I think in the future, Bungie really needs to adjust how they're going to approach presenting this content, because I think the hype overall would have been a lot more explosive if they had done a few images instead of reveal stream style type of stuff over the past few weeks. So if they were to give show Crota's face and then show Atheon's face and so on and so forth over the past few weeks, and then do like an hour and a half reveal stream, I think that would have been great. People would have been freaking out. People would be like, oh my god, there's a book you could do. You're gonna raid, you're gonna get elemental primaries, also they're exotic, so you may or may not like that, but still they're coming back. Plus you get a, you know, weekly, or I mean the daily playlist for missions is changing. You got Daybreak coming with the Nightfalls. All that stuff would have made sense if it was one stream. Stringing it out over 3 weeks, in my opinion, is a little much, especially with the type of content it is. You know, it's not a full-on DLC, new content dropping, get hyped for a new raid type of stuff that warrants that type of Twitch reveal type of thing. I really hope in the future that they adjust their approach for that type of stuff, because I want to be excited about a reveal stream. And today, they hit the mark, but they also had some great stuff to show. So there was a reason to show that stuff off. Although, at the same time, imagine what it would have been like to see that raid gear drop for the first time and not have any knowledge of how it looked. That'd be pretty badass if they could do that. But again, the purpose of Age of Triumphs is to celebrate Destiny 1 as a whole, and everything that's had, all the journeys that we've embarked on, and to send off the game in a great way that's going to lead to Destiny 2. And again, holy crap, am I excited about Destiny 2's potential, visual potential, when you look at that raid gear that they're doing, because that's in this engine. This engine is extremely old and dated, and even though their artists are fantastic, the way they craft art and make assets is easily the industry best. This engine is old, and if you play games like Horizon Zero Dawn, even Mass Effect, oh, I'm using that ornament. I mean, yeah. Artifact, my bad. I didn't realize I was using that. If you play those games, Horizon Zero Dawn, oh man. I mean, the visual levels that's happening today in 2017 that's getting released is incredible. So it makes me extremely excited for the potential of Destiny 2, what it's going to look like. Hopefully it's 60 frames per second on console. If it's not, hopefully we get 60, hopefully it's PC released as well, so we can at least have some sort of 60 FPS gameplay when it comes to the visuals, because they're going to release some incredible looking content, and I cannot wait. Very excited about it. Which also leads me to probably the final thing that I want to talk about in this video. When are we going to see stuff about Destiny 2? E3, guys. We might get some sort of teaser or some quote-unquote leak from somebody at... excuse me, a leak at somebody at an office or something that they happen to get their hands on. They're going to get fired later on, supposedly. That might happen in April or May. Very doubtful. Most likely end of May we're going to hear about Destiny 2 coming to E3. Because at that point they'll have all of the raids unlocked at 390 light level. And that's when they begin the PR discussion for Destiny 2, which is going to be incredible. Very excited about it. One final thought that I want to leave you guys before I end this video is I've been considering making a separate Destiny-related channel just for Destiny information and content that I make. That would include Xur, weekly resets, and then anything information-based. Like this video would fall under that. It's an information / thoughts, reaction type of video. I'd like to know what you guys think, because I've been posting a lot of variety content and also my stream archives. I know the stream archives are very different from typical YouTube content. So I'd like to know from you guys, the ones that want to watch my videos all the way through at the end, I'd like to know what you guys think, if it would be smart for me to make a separate channel that's just for Destiny 2. I mean Destiny content, but essentially it's getting excited and ready for Destiny 2 type of stuff and content, because once Destiny 2 does hit, I would be interested in making possibly some review videos, you know, my own thoughts and how to do things, build videos, so on and so forth. It makes me excited thinking about that. Destiny has been a great game. I love it. We've played a ton of it, just an absolute massive amount of Destiny, and I would like your thoughts, you guys' thoughts. So let me know in the comments. And that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. The support on the streams has been incredible. You guys, it's a pleasure to be able to stream for you, seriously. So, hit the like button, sub to the channel if this is one of the first videos you've ever seen, and let me know in the comments about all that stuff, guys. I'd like your thoughts. So, deuces.